Dear investors, in 2023, we haven't been as open in our communication as we have been in the past. And the main reason for that are the ongoing legal recovery processes and very difficult situation with our shareholder, construction partner, and the biggest borrower on the platform, Kirsan. We haven't had these periods of silence because we don't care about our investors community. It's actually been the opposite, to protect the invested capital and to support the efforts of our legal teams. The past year has been very challenging for the platform, and we have been prioritizing the success of the legal recovery processes and making changes in the operations of our SPVs. In 2024, we will still have our main focus on the recovery processes, but we will also start again with more open communication, keeping you informed on these processes. We started with that already at the end of the last year by publishing in our blog all the details of the legal recovery processes in Moldova, together with the court documents. It will be a series of articles. Right now, we have covered 4 projects out of 8, and we will be continuing to do so case by case. In 2024, I will be also making quarterly video updates to keeping you informed on what we're currently working on and what progress we have made. In these video updates, I will be also covering some general topics about the platform's future and also answering the most frequently asked questions. The past year has been very challenging for the platform with the ongoing very difficult situation with Kirsan. The platform reputation has been severely damaged and our funding volumes have dropped 95%. All our focus and resources have been going towards the legal recovery processes and changing the management and construction partners in our branches in Spain, Latvia and Germany in order to move forward without Kirsan and affiliated people with them, as this is the only way to move forward. We have been and still are in the recovery mode, and all the platform developments and marketing activities have been totally off the table. But still we have received 11,500 new users last year. We also withdrew our European Crowdfunding Service Provider license application, as this license does not help us with the recovery processes. The license is required to finance third parties on the platform, but it doesn't allow the financing of our own projects. And at the same time, the license is not required to continue financing our ongoing projects on the platform, and that is what we currently need. The severe damage in platform's reputation has resulted in unaffected projects becoming affected, as they require funding to follow the initial plans and timelines. Therefore, we've been working towards making changes in the initial plans. The most straightforward option would be to sell the ongoing projects as they are. But with the current economic situation, it will most likely either take a lot of time or result capital losses for investors, as we would need to sell with a discount. The second option would be to complete some of the works to increase the liquidity and the chances of getting a fair price for them. And this is the option that we've been pursuing. With some of the projects, we've been looking into external financing options to get the progress they require for selling them. Next, I will be providing a brief overview on our SPV operations in Spain, Germany, Latvia and Estonia. So these are the projects that are owned and managed by our SPVs. In Spain, we had to change the management and the construction partner. as Maxim, who was the board member of our Spanish SPV, was also affiliated with Kirsan construction company in Spain since 2016. After making those changes, our initial plan in autumn was to continue with ongoing projects. But we very soon realized that we had to make a full audit and review on the previous operations with each project. As Maxim, who was the previous administrator, did not provide us with any company or project-related documentation, we had to go through the registries, notaries and government authorities to collect them one by one. And that is the reason why this process has been taking longer than expected. We are now very close to having a full picture, and we will be sharing our audit results with you, together with plans moving towards the repayments for each project. In Latvia, we also changed the management and the construction partner. We currently have there 2 ongoing development projects and 2 rental projects. Tallinna's residential development project requires financing, and that is the main reason why it's currently late. Since November, we've been looking into external financing options for this project, and we currently have a couple potential options. We expect to get a positive answer for the financing and move full speed towards the completion. As soon as the financing is in place, we will be providing an update with expected timelines for the repayments. With Seven Heaven project, we had everything in place to start with the construction works in the beginning of the summer, but due to the lack of funding, we didn't start with the construction works. From there on, we've been working towards selling this project. The main questions are just price and the time that it takes to sell it. The 2 rental projects in Latvia lost their tenants in the first half of 2023. By November, we managed to get new tenants, and from here on, the project will continue paying monthly income for the investors, and at the same time, we are in process of selling those projects. In Estonia, we have 2 large development projects, Rae and Lake Residentials. With both of them, we had to make changes in our initial plans. And our goal right now is to divide the project into smaller plots, as it would increase the liquidity and the pricing for selling them. The demand for smaller plots in those areas is very high. As soon as we get progress with dividing the plots, we will be providing an estimated timelines for exits. We also have 4 rental projects in Estonia, and all of them are unaffected by current events. They've been providing stable monthly income for our investors with a year-to-year increase in cash flow and value. In Germany, we have an Eberswalde, which is a rental project that requires some renovation of works to obtain the license that is required for profitable exit. Similar to our Latvian and Spanish branch, the manager and construction company were related to Kirsan, and we had to make those changes there as well. While we have a reliable construction partner together with an offer to complete all the works, changing the management has been more difficult than we expected, and it is required before we can make those we can start with those works. As soon as we get progress with that, we will be providing an email update for you. Moving on to third-party loans, besides Moldova loans, we currently have 7 projects that are late. 2 of them are late with the interest payments, and 5 of them are late with principal payments. In Moldova, all 8 ongoing projects are in legal recovery since 2023 spring. We currently have 7 ongoing legal cases there to recover our investors' capital. When we started with this process, we expected a straightforward cases as we have all the loan agreements and mortgages in place. But due to Kyrgyzstan actions, these processes have been very, very difficult. We will be providing all the details of these processes case by case in our blog as they progress. Interchem Business loan is the most difficult third-party loan besides Moldova. We've been preparing to take legal actions against the borrower and the owner who provided a personal guarantee. The legal roads will not be a fast solution and will most likely result in some capital loss for our investors. As the owner is very cooperative and actively working towards finding a solution to this situation, we have not yet started the legal recovery processes. Solutions outside of the legal processes will be the fastest and most beneficial for our investors, but legal actions are required if those processes don't bring any results. Neue 1 and 1A projects in Magdeburg, Germany. So the project owner has been having some serious health issues. He's been in and out of the hospital for the past months. Since autumn, he's been looking to sell both projects. He has an interested buyer in place and is expecting to finalize the sales by end of February. At the same time, we have also prepared to take legal actions if those sales don't happen. With Dzirnavu loan in Latvia, the borrower got into financial difficulties in the summer, and since then we've been closely communicating with them. Their financial situation is improving now, and they will be starting to make partial payouts for this loan. And as soon as we receive them, they will be distributed to our investors. With Intramix Business loan, we are in the process of selling the collateral asset, which is an expensive Mercedes vehicle. Unfortunately, it does not sell overnight. At the same time, the project owner is actively working towards finalizing several deals that could also be the source for the repayment. So basically, whichever happens first with this case. With GoTrip Business loan, they missed their first interest payment as the company turnover in the winter season consists of vacations in Egypt. The current geopolitical events in Israel have affected those operations, but they should overcome this period. With Westbrook Mills from UK, one stage funded on the platform was supposed to pay 50% of the interests monthly, but so far they've only made one interest payment. The project was having some delays getting the necessary permits to start renting out the units. The permits have been obtained now, and 22 units out of 43 are now rented out. The project owner is also in the process of selling some of the units to make the missing payouts for the interests. We will be providing an update as soon as there is any progress with that. Based on our experience operating Reinvest24 for almost 6 years, the third-party loans, they work until those borrowers got into some difficulties. And even if you have the first-rank mortgages and personal guarantees in place, there are many ways to prolong the legal recovery processes and create huge costs for us. Those cases usually end up with a positive outcome from the court, but time-wise, cost-wise and effort-wise, they are insufficient for all parties. The bottom line here is that these people behind those projects, they usually don't care about the platform and its investors. And the current events have made us to make a decision to come back to our initial initial model to work with just our own projects and not with third parties. Reinvest24 started by offering rental projects that were managed by our SPVs. And even in the current times, they have been proven to be the most sustainable investments and also very profitable. So after overcoming the current events, we're going back to a boutique investment concept where there is a rather small amount of unique investment opportunities that include rentals, some renovational projects, and also some developments where we have full control over the whole execution. From our perspective, the investors community is the biggest value and the greatest asset of the platform. With 35,000 investors, the platform value is potentially tens of millions of euros. And you can be sure that we have huge interest towards working in your favor and working out the beneficial solutions for you.